Of course, of course, of course, of course. Na, 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 na. Let it flow, yeah. Okay, guys, welcome back to Still Elizabeth Rises. This will be another Cosmic Sister Investigates, child. Told y'all I cannot touch the Scrabble at all. At all. At all. Yeah, bring that little black one. The little white one is out. All right, let's get on right into it because I want to go back to diamond painting. So, what is head so far? I don't know how Morgue keeps on coming out here. I see Dupree. I see Dupree, degree, speed, degree, speed, deep, depth. Let's see. I see loan, mortgage loan, mortgage loan, a loan to get a house. Okay, that's mortgage, a loan to get a house. Okay. All right, praise be to the Most High, to God be the truth. All right, let's see what we get here. So I see loan, yeah, home loan, mortgage, loan. I see argue, peace, a wife, home. So wife, home, loan, wife, home loan, come on in, spirit. Archangel Michael is here. Okay, there's another. Okay, and then I seen argue. Wife, home alone. Wife, home alone. Wife, home alone. Argue. Wife, home alone. Arguing. Wife, home alone, arguing. Settling the score. Somebody wants to settle the score. Wife, home alone, argue, settling the score. They're still showing me Jaguar. Jaguar, that's a cat. Jaguar. I don't know why I just heard Jaguar, Texas. Poetry. Poodle. There's a dog, pet poodle. Poetry. Poet. Somebody's a writer. Somebody likes to write poetry. Loud arguing. Loud arguing. Home alone. There's loud arguing. Loud arguing. A wife is home alone. Here's loud arguing. There's loud arguing. Jaguar. Poetry. Poetic justice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I call in the elements of fire for love's compassion, water for the soul's purification, air for the flow of communication, and earth to ground me in the healing protections and provisions of my ancestors, my guardian angels, the cosmic elders, and the divine feminine spirit that created us all. I call in the counsels of the highest white light to make these messages plain, crystal clear in Christ consciousness, Jesus' name, also known as Yeshua, the real one. All right, counsels of the highest white light. I'm here. I've started. We're here now. We're here. There's no going back. What do you want me to see in this message? Wife home alone, loud arguing, score, settling the score. 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 Settling the score. They're not letting me leave that one alone. Settling the score. Settling the score. Can I get my box? I need my box. Please. My other Scrabble box, please. Thank you. Settling the score. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Settling the score. Thank you. I gotta buy myself another one of these. Give me this. Give me. I gotta buy myself another one of these. That's what I keep my Scrabble in. Okay. I actually wanted to take a picture of that and put it on my thing, but I like it. It's classy the way it came out. All right, y'all. Let's see. So settling of the score. They're not letting me leave. So this is about another woman. I don't know why I'm picking up on just women's stories right now, but that's what I'm picking up on. But it's a wife. It's a wife. I saw that crystal clear. It's a wife. It's a wife. Something about a score being settled. Settling the score. So I'll put this up here on my pad that they don't want me to let that particular word go. Wife. These are some whatchamadoolies. What do you call it? Wild. So settling of the score. Settling the score. I heard zone, the end zone. The end zone. It's the end times. It's the end zone. It's the end. Settling the score. That arguing. Here we go. Here you go with the arguing. Arguing. Loud arguing. Loud. I don't like to use the wilds. Loud arguing. Something with a jaguar. Loud arguing. What is the jaguar about? Jaguar. Is that a car? Jaguar. A jag. Settling of the score. Loud arguing. What is the loud arguing about? What are y'all showing me? What's the loud arguing about? I just heard, I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix you. Loud arguing. Here's another with nothing on it. Let me see. It ain't came in yet. Nope, it's not coming in. I don't know why. Don't know why it's not coming in over here, so I can open it over here. Whatever. We're on. We're gonna get this message in, and I'm gonna down and think. I did hear inquiry. Inquiring. So an inquiry is like a question. So some kind of question may have been asked that caused it to get into a loud argument. I'm seeing force entry, home alone, force entry, settling the score, force entry, forced entry. She thought this was a secure neighborhood because I said getting a loan for a home mortgage. I said that earlier. Forced. Someone being forced to do something. Forced to ask questions against their will. Not wanting to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. So that's what the loud arguing is from. What is the home alone though? I'm hearing you're gonna make me be. You're gonna make me feel. You're gonna force me to settle the score. You're gonna force me to settle the score. You're gonna force me to settle the score. What is the Jaguar about? Cops got called. Cops got called out to the home. Yeah, this is a gated community. Cops got called. Cops called to the home for the loud arguing. Now, the way this happens, I don't necessarily get names right away or at all or whatever, but they do usually give me names. Because that's just how I channel and I want to know. Cops forced entry. So cops had to force entry into the home due to the loud argument. Maybe neighbors called. A child could have called. I see somebody hiding in a closet. Hiding in the closet. Why is Home Alone still like sticking out? Home Alone is sticking out. So the cops are the ones that forced entry into the home. Cops forced entry into the home. This is going to be a slow build. I can feel it. Cops forced entry into the home. Somebody's going to settle. Somebody said, I'm going to settle the score. What is the Jaguar having to do with anything? Okay. Wife was home alone. That's why. They're saying because she was at the house by herself. There was nothing going on. So this was something that she was unexpected that was going to happen. She didn't see it. I just heard him say he came back to settle the score. He came back to settle the score. So the wife was actually home alone when forced entry. Did he force entry? Who forced entry? They're showing me a name. He forced entry. Wife home alone. He forced entry. I don't know what jaguar has to do with anything. Maybe it's a tattoo. A tattoo of a jaguar. Of a cat. Some type of cat. But I'm seeing jaguar. He was high. He was high. He was high. He likes to get high. He was high. He forced himself. Wife is home alone. He forced himself. Well, this is pretty straight to the point. He forced himself, but it's always a spin on some shit. He forces himself into the house high. So this was a forced entry. She was home alone. He forced himself into the house. The cops was called due to the loud arguing. What is the jaguar? He was high. High score? High score. High score. Okay. High school. High score. They've known each other since high school. High school lovers. High school. High score. Some sort of game. They do not want me to let go of wife home alone. That's the one. So how it works for me, if it's something that this is what happens, is like I don't know what part of the mind wants to do that and force something out. Not that it don't make sense, but want to force something out, and that's how I know that that's major part of the story because I'm not allowed to take it off. I'm not allowed to take it off, to take it out. To take it away from the message. So wife was home alone. There's a forced entry, high score. I keep hearing settling the score, settling the score. Cops frantic. Frantic. She was very frantic in trying to call the cops, trying to get her phone. She was struck. She was very much so startled by the loud bang. Wife home alone, forced entry, frantically trying to call the cops from the loud bang of the entry into the home, like through a window or busting open a door, something like this is a domestic violence case. I'm seeing that already. This is a domestic violence case. Wife home alone, force entry. This man was a police officer. They won't let me. I keep saying, so I'm asking a question on how is it that they're in this nice gated community and other people was able to hear the loud argument inside of her house? That's what I'm asking. This is what I'm asking. This is what I'm asking, and then I'm seeing that this is what I'm asking y'all, and then I'm seeing that that's what they're going to redirect me to show me. So they did right now. This man is a cop. That's why nobody heard. Because I'm asking if I can see the house. It's in a gated community. It looks like it's white. I can see the house. It's in a gated community. It looks like it's white, predominantly white, and there's like a lot of forest, or like big tall trees or land behind the house. The way this particular house is positioned, it has It is attached to a big piece of acre of land or big wooded area behind the house. After the big, huge uh, yard that's behind it. So I can see the house. There's a nice deck on the back of the house. I'm not really sure where this at location wise in the world, but I can see it. And this man, the reason why it was not crystal clear, because that's the whole point of it. He's a cop. He's actually a cop. I keep asking them. They're showing me crystal clear the house. I keep asking them, like, why is it that I'm not able to see? I'm not understanding why a neighbor would be able to call, because this house is huge. Um, how would the neighbor be able to hear? They would not allow me to say to take away wife alone, wife alone, wife alone, forced entry. So he staged this to look like a robbery. Like that's what he was doing. This feels like another insurance fraud shit again. High score, high score, high score. Oh my god. And I can always tell when it's really, really seriously like real, because I start feeling sick and annoyed and I want to get out of it. When I first start, I don't necessarily feel bad vibes, but then when I get into it, I can actually feel it, and I don't want to be in it at all. So that's why nobody heard the loud arguing. Like, in other words, this woman was being abused for years with this husband, and nobody heard the loud arguing. That's correct. Nobody heard this loud arguing, and what was going on in the house, because it's a huge house, and where this is, the houses are not near each other like stack. You know how they make houses here in Texas, like the houses like like that. It wasn't like that. So nobody would have ever heard her frantic, loud cries for help, and there would be no need, because I keep looking at the word cops, and it's real faint. But the man was a cop. The husband was a cop, and but somebody wanted to settle the score or something. So obviously, this investigation is to find out why this cop wanted his wife unalived. What did he? What was he involved in? High score. High score. I'm feeling like it's possibly. I'm thinking it's possibly some gambling, but they just want me to focus on high score. Yes, he posed it like it was a forced entry of a robbery, but there was a high score. He was going to score really, really high in whatever kind of gang this is or group this is. This is some sort of group. This is some sort of fucking group. This is some sort of group, organization, fraternity. I heard fraternity, fraternity. Yeah, zone. I'm hearing like that the where the house was built at, it was like a no man's zone. Like nobody would go there. It's like on some acres or some shit. Like it's really huge. This wife did not know what her husband was involved in, but he had a high score. So it wasn't that he gets high. It's a high score. He was going to score high when he did this. The what is the name of the group? What the fuck? I'm hearing manual. Like it's a certain kind of manual or something that they follow in this group. some sort of manual. Manual. Yeah, it's some sort of manual. Yeah, they said you can remove that arguing. You know about that now. The loud arguing and why nobody was ever able to know that she could not. They could not hear her frantic cries. There was some kind of manual that they were supposed to follow in order for them to reach. It's like a point system, and to get a high score. The fuck. To get a high score. I don't know what the Jaguar is. Maybe that's the name of the fraternity, or they have that as their what you call it? Their what you call it? Their I heard alma mater or what the fuck is that called? Jaguar fraternity. That shit that y'all know what I'm talking about. That you have for, like, remember I said high school mascot. Thank you, Spirit. Oh gosh. Fraternity. So the fraternity has some type of jaguar mascot. It's a fraternity or some type of it's a group of men. And one of the things on the manual that you have to kill someone in your family. You have to unalive to get this high score. And it's a fraternity of cops. Like or they're different walks of life, but this particular man here is a cop. They they do different jobs. They have different ways of making a living or whatever. Wow, what the fuck? The wife was home alone, set it up to be like a forced entry, and he did this so he can score high. He can get the highest score, and for some reason, I mean, what the fuck? I don't know why I heard zigzag and then I heard wolf. I heard wolf. Like it's some kind of a something else that they do as a ritual that has to do with a wolf. That has to do with a wolf. Wearing a wolf's head. Again, I'm seeing mascot. Maybe he drives a Jaguar. Maybe he drives an old school Jaguar, a refurbished Jaguar, but something very important about the Jaguar. Something very fucking important. Maybe the Jaguar was stolen as to, that's what he was going to use. That was his baby. Everybody knew about him and that Jaguar. So maybe it's a refurbished Jaguar, whatever that was stolen, you know. But maybe the wolf, because I'm seeing a wolf head, a wolf mask, like a mascot. So that might have been what was actually stolen, okay, for the stages. So there's a manual, the wolf manual. There's a manual that they follow. Some type of shit with a wolf head. There's a manual that they follow. And they got the logo of a wolf. So like maybe like I said, there's a Jaguar. They would not let me put this Jaguar up. There's a Jaguar. And so on the manual, in order for you to score high, you gotta unalive a family member. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just, it's like the next level up. The wife was home alone, forced entry, and then they stole the Jaguar. They stole the Jaguar. The high score goes down here. The high score. The highest score. Like you get a real big high score. I don't know what this gets you when you do some shit like this. But yeah, the forced entry and then the Jaguar was actually stolen or just taken because he know what's going on. The Jaguar. Yeah, stolen Jaguar. Robbery. Yeah, robbery. I keep seeing these two B's sitting over here looking at me. Robbery. Robbery. They robbed the Jaguar was what was taken. They would not let me get rid of that Jaguar. Okay, so shout out, praise be to my guides. My spirit team is wickedly excellent. Yeah, robbed, staged it, and I'm seeing that it was a very bloody scene. It was a very, very, very bloody, gory scene, and they get off to that. It's like there's somebody that's like the master like the master. I don't fucking know. I hear master, and he likes it gory, and he wants this to be filmed, as it's going down. Okay, so they watch it. In the manual, like I said, there's a manual you have to go by. This is a fraternity, maybe began as a fraternal group or fraternity of some sort, but this is a cop who did this to his wife. Everybody in this is not cops, okay? This is a cop that did this. So the cop, he forced his own entry. He forced his own entry into his own house. I mean, it's his house. He knows. So, yeah. So the wife was home alone. Mm-hmm. Wife was home alone. Why the fuck I just heard third ward? Third ward. Third ward. Third ward. Third ward. Third degree. I just heard third ward. So yeah, you get a high score. The Jaguar would be Rob. Rob the Jaguar. Yeah, Rob the Jaguar. Forced entry. Forced entry. He's always playing with a Rubik's Cube. He has a Rubik's Cube. Identified this person. He always playing with a Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube. He plays with that a lot. Like, that helps him calm down. He deals with anxiety really bad. A Rubik's Cube. He has a Rubik's Cube at his desk, or there's one in his truck, his car, his vehicle. Rubik's Cube. The Jaguar may have actually had a Rubik's Cube type of a emblem or thing that hangs up on the light, the mirror. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like it's an initiation too. It's an initiation. If you want to really rise really fast within this fraternity, this group of men, yeah, he had a Rubik's Cube inside of that Jaguar. Yeah, Rubik's Cube in there. It's like the manual is also like a quiz. It's like it's to see. It's like a IQ thing. This is a very intricately designed fraternity to rise to get such a high score quiz, quiz. Yeah, there it is. High score quiz. Yeah, there's a Rubik's Cube. Let me get that. High score quiz. Yeah. Yeah. Rubik. R-U-P. No, R-U-B-I-C. R-U-B. Rubik. Rubik Cube. Yeah. Rubik's Cube. He actually has this. He has them everywhere because he's obsessed with them. Like, he, and that's always like a little talking point. He may have actually, talked to her about that. Like, yeah, it's really easy to do. It's not really difficult, but you just got to know how to see the colors or something like that. So he has a high IQ. He has a high IQ. Yeah, he got a high IQ. Yeah, he's like I said, fraternity. This is something that might be some of these men have gotten involved in by going to a certain college. I said Howard University earlier on my other video that I just posted. So, mm-hmm. Rubik's Cube. Yeah, high score on the quiz. I don't fucking know. I just heard Wall Street. I just heard investment banker. I just heard These are people. These are high profile people. Like, yeah, yeah. That are walking around you right now in the public eye. That is a part of this fraternity with a wolf. That is the wolf. The wolf is like their mascot. That jaguar was what the hell he had staged like it had got stolen. You know, and this had to be filmed. This had to be filmed. This could be somewhere found. However, the FBI, the good cops and shit can go look around. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he has a cubic Rubik's cube. I need an R, a Rubik's cube, because I'm gonna start taking pictures of these and setting them up on that better than yeah. Yeah, got that idea on how I'm gonna do that. Rubik's cube. I need an R. Come on now, give me an R. Yeah, and we pretty much done with this one because that's what they say. Yeah, you put out, you said enough. You said everything we wanted you to say. Okay, praise be to the Most High, to God be the truth. Rubik's. Let me see if I'm spelling it right any damn way, because I might not be spelling it right. You know what I'm talking about? I might not be spelling it right. So let me make sure that I'm spelling it right, and I'm done, y'all. So this crazy. This is crazy as hell. Yeah, I did it wrong. It was a K. It was a K. It was a K. It's a K. I don't even have a K out here, do I? Nope, I sure don't. Uh-oh, there go one. But I still need an R. Rubik's Cube. Yep, that's how you gonna know that's him. Rubik's Cube. Where's the R? I need an R. Where's the R's hiding it? Okay, thank you. Alrighty then. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, forced entry. I need to spell entry. I need to spell entry. So this is a fraternity that you have to go by the manual. The manual will definitely have the wolf totem on it, the wolf logo. Mm-hmm. And then you have to have gotten a high score on your quiz or some shit. I don't know what this quiz is about, but they telling me leave that there too. So you got to get a high score on the quiz. You're gonna be quizzed, okay? This must be filmed. That is done, so they put it in a certain archive, and they actually, yeah. So it's some type of a personality quizzing or something. You're gonna be given like a personality assessment or something, and if you pass it with a certain type of a score, they'll know that you can be initiated into this fraternity. They're just telling me say fraternity. Rubik's cube. Yeah, here's the Rubik's cube. There's a Rubik's Cube in the Jaguar. It is actually hanging in the Jaguar. Rubik's Cube, in Jaguar. Mm-hmm. In Jaguar. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. There's a Rubik's Cube in that Jaguar. That's how you gonna know it's him. Mm-hmm. Yep, THE. And then you'll be able to, they gotta do their work. Cause that's it for me. They gotta do their work to find out where the they gotta do their work to find out where's the tape at. They films it. They films the crimes. They films it. Hold on. And I'm done, child. Yeah, y'all. So this is very difficult for me to start these back again. Cause I really can see into what's going on. And it's not that it was scary. It was just like how crystal clear I can see it. That's the part where was like, whoa. Okay, there we go. Wife home alone. Cop forces entry. Okay, white. Okay, let me fix this. Because this is going to be my thumbnail. Part of it anyway. I'm going to readjust my thumbnails for this. Wife home alone. Cop. Cop forces entry. Okay, shit is backwards. See what I'm saying? It's like it's Soul Train Scrabble where you got to put it together, make it make sense. And that's how I do it. I wanted to make it crystal clear sense. Show you what they showed me, what I see. Okay. Alone, cop forces entry. Robbed. Forced entry. Robbery. That's what they want me to write. Robbery. 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 Forced entry. Robbery. See, I'm having an issue with these R's. Can I get another R? It's so weird. It's like I got the ones that got a lot of V's and Z's and W's. Where are the R's at? I just need me a R. Wife home alone. Cop forces entry. Robbery. Rubik's Cube in the jet. Yeah, robbery. Yeah, I just need an R. I just need an R. There it is. Thank you, R. There we go. And that's why I got the colored one, so the messages can stand out better. All right, guys. So let's just do a recap. This wife was home alone. This house the house is huge. Okay, it's very huge. It's on some acres of land. I don't know where this is. They're not telling me to look into destinations or anything of that such. They're gonna know that who did it with this Rubik's cube in the Jaguar. Wait, I need another R. Oh shit. The Jaguar is just sitting there empty without an R on it. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find it in these purple ones right here. And so, therefore, this is some type of a fraternity, some type of masculine group. These men that are here, they do all kinds of jobs. But this particular man that did this staged robbery, so he can unalive, bloodily bludgeon and massacre his wife and record it for the master, they're telling me master something. This is an occult group, dark group, okay, of men. The wife was home alone in this huge ass home. Nobody would have heard her frantic cries for help because where the house is, it's off, where there's nobody around. And with that being said, he knew it'd be a perfect stage crime. He did the forced entry staging of this robbery, and the only thing that was stolen was his beloved Jaguar, probably some jewels or some shit like that. But he really wasn't stolen because it's his own shit, and it wasn't really stolen. So there's insurance fraud here because he was going to file on the insurance of stolen goods, such as the whatever jewelry was taken, anything. It was like maybe some jewels of hers, or he knew where the safe was. He knew where the certain things were. Anyway, and so there's insurance fraud here. There's also a murder, and he staged it to where it looked like it was a forced entry, a robbery, and you're going to know that the Jaguar was one of the main things that have not returned to the property. He's actually probably have the house for sale now because the blood massacre that was there. And this did not make the news because these are very high profile people that are in this group, and of course, the media is bought and paid for. So the neighborhood where this happened at, the people didn't become aware of it. The town, the city, the state, in such the magnitude of what it is. Okay, this is a group of masculines of all different type races and uh, levels of expertise, jobs, professionalisms, and all of that are involved in this group. They have a wolf as the totem or the mascot. There's a manual that one must follow in order to stay in this group and keep feeding blood to the master. Feeding blood to the master. These are blood sacrifices. And so he has a Rubik's Cube. He loves the Rubik's Cube. He will have a Rubik's Cube wherever he is. He's obsessed with it. It's some type of a thing that he does that helps him with his whatever going on in his head, the anxiety or whatever. So that's what this is. So that's for the FBI, the CIA, or whoever the hell else would need to see this and know. This channel is definitely shadow banned. So if somebody sees it and shares it or however, then it'll get seen. But look for the Rubik's Cube. Peace.